Hi everyone, I'm Lisa Curcio and welcome to Lisa's Stamp Studio. I've got a cute packaging idea for you today for the holidays, and I'm going to create it in two different colors. This is my original one where I use wild wasabi, but I've got one in Mossy Meadow to share with you today. We're going to head over to the stamp table in just a minute, but please remember that I provide a complete supply list for these projects on my blog, so you'll want to head over there and check it out. And when you shop in my online store, I offer great exclusive rewards. I also offer studio stamps in the mail and project PDF tutorials for your use. Let's get over to the stamp table and let's get started. Here's a good close-up for you. Isn't it adorable? And I love this little peekaboo window here. So let me show you how I created it. I'm going to confess that I didn't have any of this designer paper left back in my artillery. I've used it all up. That's how much I've loved it. But from the same package, I'm going to use a different pattern. I'm going to change up the color slightly, so you're going to get to see two different ones. I'm going to begin with the square pillow box thinlits. And here's what they look like. And I'm going to use the box template. Now you're going to need to do two of these. And I did find that layering the cardstock like this works just fine through the Big Shot. So this will give you two at one time. Here's our Big Shot magnetic platform, because that makes life so much easier. And of course the clear mat that goes over the top. So I'm going to lay my cardstock and my die here. And another clear mat over the top of the whole project. And then this simply just gets cranked through the Big Shot. So here we've got it all cranked through, and I'm going to take this apart so you can see it. So we've got one piece and the second piece. So both of our pieces are there. One of these is actually going to be the back, of course, and one of these is going to be the front. So here's the little tabs that are going to connect the box together. But this is where I would actually begin by making the window. So I'm going to use the one that's with the trees, and I'm going to pick one panel, and I'm going to position this back on top of the clear mat. And I'm going to put my trees here. Just kind of position them where you want them. I kind of did mine towards the center. And then the clear mat on the top. And we're going to put this back through the Big Shot again. And then I'm just going to crank this through. So I'm going to take this off, and you're going to see that it created the negative inside the top of the box. Don't throw away those little trees. I'm sure we can come up with a great plan for those. If nothing else, great card confetti, huh? Now we're going to decorate our box. This is Mossy Meadow cardstock, so I'm going to use the same Mossy Meadow ink. And I'm using a tree from the Perfect Pines stamp set. Boy, I just love the collection of different images in here. And this does also come as a bundle. There's a framelit for all these pieces, including the little ornaments. You're going to love that. But I'm using just the whimsical tree branches that are here. So I am actually going to ink this up in my Mossy Meadow ink. And I am going to stamp this right over the center of my box. Now, I know there's a window there. I do know that. So there we go. We've got a little bit of an image. I'm also going to use the snowflake, little tiny snowflake that's part of that stamp set. And I'm going to stamp little snowflakes randomly on my box. Now, you can do the front and the back if you'd like. That's entirely up to you. This is Scrap Whisper White cardstock, and I am using a piece from the Project Life Hello December stamp set. Gosh, I really like this. These little images have been really useful for me. So I'm going to do the tag here. I'm going to stamp that in the same Mossy Meadow ink. I'm going to place that here. And I found that the greeting from the Peaceful Pines, "'Tis the Season," fits perfectly inside this tag. Check this out. So that's going to go here. I've decided to use one of the framelits from the Tags and Labels framelit set to die cut the designer series paper that I'm going to coordinate with this. And I'm using a piece from the Season of Cheer designer series paper. Really pretty, definitely very nostalgic. So I'm going to place it on here. I'm going to go back to my Big Shot, and we're going to place this on here. It's hard to get this into the frame of the camera, so if you're not seeing it perfectly, I do apologize. And here's the beauty of this. You can position this to get exactly which ornaments you'd like. So I'm going to concentrate kind of on those green ones. Aren't those pretty? And then I'm going to crank this through. So that now gives us this cute little tag. A little fussy cutting never hurt anyone. That's where this is going to come in for this. And it doesn't have to be perfect. The one great thing about this is the sides are really easy to trace around. I'm going to cut away some of that extra cardstock. And we're just going to cut around here. It doesn't even have to be perfect. Just leave yourself a little white as you go. And that's going to give us our tag. So these two pieces are going to go together. I'm going to use a tiny bit of snail adhesive to connect them, just to make my life easier. Okay, and let's construct our cute little pillow box. We're going to use the tear tape, and it goes here on the side. This is the tab to connect the pieces. So I can just tear that, and then I'm going to put a piece on the back on this tab here. It's important that your tabs are going to be opposite each other so that your box will construct just right. So I've got one on this side, and I've got one on this side. So I'm going to start. I'm going to take off the paper backing. Okay, so this is going to get folded here. And then I am going to attach these two pieces just by lining up the silhouette shapes so that they are the same. Okay, and now we're going to do this side. Exact same thing. Okay, so that leaves us this. Just go ahead and just kind of pinch this. The creases are there for you from the die, so it's going to make it really simple. And believe it or not, this does not require adhesive to close it. So I've got one that's going in. The other one, it interlocks like this. So just do opposite. Isn't that cute? And of course, now you could fill it. I'm going to put my hand inside just to make sure I've got a good seal on my bottom, because if I'm going to put a lot of candy in there, it's going to be heavy. Okay, so there we go. So we're going to pretend it's filled. And then we're going to close up the top, and again, we're going to do opposites. So there we go. We've got our cute little box, but we've got to decorate it, right? So we've got our tags already. So now we're going to use some of the old olive baker's twine. And if you're saying that's not going to match, boy, I think you're going to be pretty surprised. So I'm going to go around 3 times, and I'm going to make this look all pretty in a minute, so don't worry. I'm going to cut myself a little bit of this. I am going to separate these strands. So you see how I have my 3 strands? Now I'm just going to tie a knot. I'm using the 1/16 inch handheld punch, and I'm going to punch a hole in the top of the tags that I put together. And I'm actually going to punch it twice just to make it a little bit bigger, so it makes my life a lot easier. And then I'm going to thread my baker's twine through that hole. And just tie the tag on. And if you have enough twine left over, I think I do. I think I planned this well. We're going to make a little bow. Okay. Give my end a little haircut. There you go. One last step. I think it needs a little bling. Now, I decided to use this. This is the Clear Itty Bitty Accents epoxy stickers. And they come with different shapes in the package. But I decided my tree needed a star. And of course, you could use a sequin there if you'd like. But I'm adding that to the top just for some fun. So this is the original one with the wild wasabi. Same designer paper stack. And this is the one we created today with the mossy meadow. I'm so glad that you joined me today. Head over to my online store and order your products there because I offer great rewards, including a free PDF tutorial and frequent buyer points. I hope you have a great day, everyone. I'll see you next time.